It's never as bad as you think, but actually sometimes it is. Hello boat lovers, welcome aboard. I'm Steve and I'm single-handedly building Dragonfly. She's a 53 foot or 16.2 metre flat bottom wooden riverboat. She includes twin outboards, aft cabin, galley, a saloon, wheelhouse, separate head and shower, and a centerline queen double up front. She's specifically designed for the sheltered and inland waters of the River Murray here in South Australia. Join us each week to watch the mayhem and madness of one man and his rescue dog building a massive 53 foot flat bottom wooden riverboat. Alrighty, let's see how these are going to go. I only want them to come up to here because the hatch cover here is going to come down and have a lip on it that comes down over the top of this. So no, I didn't make them too short. The hinges are on those, they should be just right, I think. A little bit of spacing for the hinges, about there. There we go, that's how they're going to be. Going to be happy with that. And now we'll open back, like so. Alright, we're pretty happy with those. I'll line them up once I've got the hinges on them, and then I can see if I need to trim anything at all, but I think they're going to be okay like they are. So next job is sand the aft cabin door. And I might whack some earmuffs on because the vacuum cleaner is really loud. The sand is not bad, but the vacuum cleaner has a real high-pitched whine to it. And even with my ears, which have been blown to bits through years of playing music in bands, that annoys the hell out of me. Alrighty, here we go. one door. So that's going to slide back to there. Initially I was going to have a door that opened that way, but that was going to block the pantry. So fortunately there's just enough space for this door to slide all the way back. Well, I think that looks great. Alrighty folks, I had to trim the tiniest bit off the edge of one of those doors to make sure they sat parallel. The doors are okay, but the companionway was slightly out. So I've done that, and now I'm just putting these nice stainless steel hinges on the doors. I'll varnish them once they're hanging in place because I think that'll actually be easier. So I'm just making a little hole, little nail hole, and then putting these tiny little screws in the piano hinge. I've just got this backing board to hold the hinge where I want it. And then I use my nail, hammer a little hole in there, and that's perfect just to put these little screws in. If I don't put a guide hole in first, you just strip the top of these screws because they're so tiny. And the yoke, of course, is a really hardwood.
Last night, I thought I just might consider checking out early. But when the time drew near, the light was coming in, I said, I'm not going down that easy.
I don't know why, but I just feel like getting stuck into it today. I think in the last video, I was sanding those cabin doors and things like that, and I've progressed a little bit from there. So as usual, I'll take you through and show you where I'm up to. Unfortunately, I've got quite a bit of sanding to do today, which, as you know, is not my favorite thing, but we are heading towards the end of the fiddly stuff like that. All right, now it's a little bit dark in the wheelhouse here, but hopefully the light will pick up where I've been working here, where this hatch is. So what I've been up to is making this hatch cover, but I've had to make it in 3 pieces because if I make it in one piece, just a solid hatch, when I open it up, of course, it's going to block the window. And if I make it in just a half, where it just folds in half, it still comes up to about here. So I'll try and put the camera somewhere, hopefully, where you can see what I'm doing. Alrighty, so the plan is that this will open up like so. That one will be hinged up the top, and this one will be hinged on the front of it like that. So that's going to sit neatly in place there, and this piece hangs on the front like so. So hopefully the camera is picking that up. So that's my 3 pieces. It looks a bit ugly at the moment because it's not varnished or anything, but that will all be tidied up. So that way I can stand here and I can still see all the front of the boat and out the window, which is great. If I didn't have this folding like this, it'd be right up to here and I wouldn't be able to see the front of the boat. I'd have to get up on my tiptoes to be able to see where I was going. But this also is out of the way of anybody's head as they walk down this companionway. I'll show you what it looks like when it's all put back down in position. Oh, and of course I've got my doors in place. I'm not sure whether I showed you that before or not. So there's my doors. They'll have some little magnet catches that will keep them back against there when we're traveling along. There's the front piece, sits there. As I'm trying to do this one-handed, hopefully it's coming together. Now this board here will be hinged on the front. It's a little bit long at the moment, I need to trim it back. It should be the same width as from that point to this point and hangs down over the front of the doors, which is going to allow me to put a locking system on there. So that will hang down like that. And I'll probably put some stainless steel letters across the front of this showing the name of the boat. That might look nice, having Dragonfly written across the front there where my hand is. So that's what it's going to look like when it's all closed. It will function really well as a shelf while we're traveling along, put things on here. If you had to get down below, you could do that. You could tuck your head in and go down if we had a few things sitting on there. Or of course we could fold this one back and this would sit like that. And by sitting like that, it gives you an edge. You could put some cups or things in there so they wouldn't slide around. That would be great. And you can still dip your head down and get down below. So that is my hatch cover, or my hatch. And then of course, I think you guys have seen what I've been up to with the sliding door. And I'll probably have a bit of a muck around with that today. Again, I haven't got lights in here, so I'll be sanding all this architrave today, getting all this smoothed off. I had to add a couple of pieces here to thicken this up so as I could get a good body behind this to put the hinge mechanism on, or the sliding mechanism. And of course, as I showed you earlier, we've got all this combing finished, but I've got to sand that today. So I thought what I'll do, I'll sand all the combing, I'll sand this architrave and the next one, and then I can put the hinge mechanism on the door, make sure that all fits perfectly and works properly. Fingers crossed it will, it's a bit of an unknown. And then of course, that'll be ready for varnishing. And of course, weather permitting, the next job after that is fiberglassing the hull. Amanda's going to help me with that. I'm just trying to do all these, finish off these other jobs. So as I say, get this sanded today, sand these architraves around the doors, try and fit the door to make sure that works properly. And following that, I may fiberglass the bathroom, because you guys might remember I haven't done that yet. So the shower, I need to fiberglass completely because that's a wet area. So I need to make nice rounded corners, nice big fillets of epoxy, get all the corners rounded, fiberglass nicely, and then painted with a good 2-pack, so that it'd be nice and easy to wipe down and clean. So I may get into that tomorrow or the next day, but I just thought I'd give you a brief update on where I'm up to. So yeah, as I say, not my favorite job. It's never as bad as you think, but actually sometimes it is. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go and have some breakfast because I haven't done that yet. Have some breakfast, cup of coffee, and then get into it. I did manage to put the grinder across my knuckle during the week. That was good fun, but that was not boat related. That was sharpening the lawnmower blades on the Kubota tractor deck, and it was about 5:30 in the afternoon. I was really tired and I was rushing, and the light was really dull as well, and stupidly I'm just doing the blades and I touched my knuckle on the corner of the grinding wheel, and not a lot of fun, but it didn't really hurt, but it just bled a lot. So anyway, I think I'm back in action. I can bend my finger without that bleeding now, so that's great. I haven't had my breakfast or my coffee yet. I decided while I'm in here, I'll just make a little start on this combing, and then I'll go and grab a bite to eat. So I'm gonna get straight into it, and you know what that means. Start the music.
Last night, I thought I just might consider checking out early. But when the time drew near, the light was coming in, I said, I'm not going down that easy.
I used the old set of bathroom scales to weigh the door, and it is just under 12 kilos. Once it has the glass in there, it'll be 12 kilos, so that's not very much. Alrighty folks, I'll give you a quick look at this combing. I've still got the little bottom edge to do here, but I've sanded everything else and done a bit of a cleanup, so hopefully the camera will show you that it's going to look a little bit softer than what it did before. Here we go. So those edges are looking much smoother. Still got that little bit to fill there. There's my little stuff up that I need to fix, but we'll do that later when I'm gluing. So along here, nice and smooth. So there we have combing 99% finished. Like I say, just that little bottom edge to do, but I think I'm going to grab a coffee and some breakfast first. Been out here for about an hour and a half to get all that done, so that's not so bad. I'll go and have a cuppa, some breakfast, and then I'll get into these architraves. Okay, I should have cut a slot in the bottom of this door when I was making it, but I forgot, so now I have to try and do it with the whole door. Alrighty folks, just ran out of battery power on the GoPro, and I thought you might want to see my attempt at putting the slot in the bottom of this door. It should be fun. So I'm just recording this on my phone. Hopefully it'll come out okay. Let's see what happens. There we have the slot in the bottom of the door for the door guide. Obviously it would have been a lot easier to do that before I put the door together, but there we go. One sliding door success. All right, boat lovers, thank you so much for watching. That's it from me for this week. Look after yourselves, take care, boat safely. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, it's free. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, and I shall see you guys back in the shed in about a week's time. Apologies for the dodgy footage near the end of the sliding door, etc., but I had to take that with my mobile phone, as you know, because the battery ran out on the GoPro. But at least I got to show you that the sliding door worked. Success. All right, folks, see you next week. Take care. Bye.